we're at war with Russia, but we don't even know it yet. Our politicians aren't telling us. And so this is my concern, is that I'm going to get conscribed into the military, sent away when I should be fighting for the UK. You know, I'm going to have to leave my girlfriend, and, you know, if I have a daughter at that point, when I probably won't, but people have to leave their daughters and go off to fight in a different country. Meanwhile, we've got an invasion into the UK by migrant men who are completely unvetted and no police checks are really done on them. And they're committing all sorts of atrocities and rapes and stabbings and terror attacks. And I won't be here to defend my my country, my future wife. And so that's my concern with that. And I did want to ask, I know Russia was only communist until recently, really, but Putin is still in control. And while I'm against communism, what I'm seeing going on in Russia at the moment, I actually agree with a lot of what Putin has done. So I wanted to ask if you support the war against Russia, and if not, why? If you don't support it, why? How come?
Well, when this invasion of the Ukraine first occurred a few years back, and I can remember it was Liz Truss, and I think was she foreign minister or something like that. Yeah. And she was encouraging Brits to go to the Ukrainian embassy and basically join up as fighting soldiers on the side of the Ukraine. And it was something that I found really sort of quite disgusting. And I did a little, very short 5-minute video on it. I put the clip in there of her advertising these military jobs, if you like, on Sky News. I even emailed her and she denied all knowledge. I never said that. So I then sent her the video clip, and of course she couldn't deny it. But, you know, in that video I was saying, you know, the way things are going with destabilisation in the Middle East and destabilisation in Eastern Europe now, it won't be long before we're fighting the war on our own doorsteps. So why would we even consider joining up and going to fight for Ukraine when Ukraine isn't even a full member of NATO? Yeah. And if it was a full member of NATO, NATO would be taking care of it. So, but as it, you know, I suppose we've all know the history of it now. It's literally sort of Ukraine and Russia having a punch up. Loads and loads of innocent lives are being lost on both sides. You've got us and the US supplying arms and things and cash, and it's under the guise of foreign aid to the Ukraine. Yeah. You know, and I think we're just sort of perhaps intensifying things over there. We're getting involved in things that we needn't get involved in. It's probably because there's stuff that goes on between our countries and the Ukraine that they don't want to be uncovered, which is why we're piling the support into the Ukraine. You know, and it's been long said, and it's been on many of old black and white movies, that, you know, Ukraine contains pharmaceutical labs, bio war labs.
The Azov battalion.
Yeah, so, you know, why would we want to get involved in it to such a degree? Why would we keep throwing money into it if it wasn't for any other reason than to hide what is actually going on in the Ukraine? And now that Lammy has sent 600 million, I think it is, to the Ukraine just this past week, and the United States have sent over $700 million to the Ukraine just in this past week. And this happened within 24 hours of the winter fuel allowance being taken off our pensioners. You know, the whole thing just beggars belief, you know, and you wonder what on earth is actually going on in our country and what the actual final agenda is.